Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@affairscloud.com. This is our email ID and you can contact us on our mobile phone, that is 9677333862. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So friends, in today's video we will be discussing important current affairs of 29th of July. This session will be very interesting and helpful for all of you, so stay tuned till the end. Also friends, here is the correct answer for yesterday's video. Hitesh Bhatt has given all the correct answers. Best of luck Hitesh, and it is one of the best answers I have seen in the comment section. So I want you all to comment answers like this, not just the answer, also try to give the relative information regarding that particular news. That will help you in revising also for your current affairs only. Alright. So best of luck Hitesh for your preparation ahead. I hope you clear your exams whichever you are pursuing for. Moving on to the MCQs first friends. First we'll do some MCQ, then we'll be moving on to the news part. The first question is, as per the recent update from the IMF, that is your International Monetary Fund headquarters is at Washington DC, what is India's growth forecast for 22-23? So India is expected to grow by 7.4% in 22-23, that is your fiscal year 23. Alright, highly important. In its update to the April World Economic Outlook, this data of 7.4% was given in the World Economic Outlook. And who releases this World Economic Outlook? It is your IMF that releases this World Economic Outlook. Also remember, Asian Development Bank ADB has slashed down the India's growth rate projection for same fiscal year 2023 to 7.2%. That was earlier 7.5%. Reason being war that is going on. All right, and other logistics problem, supply chain problem. Because of that, ADB has slashed down the growth rate for India to 7.2%. IMF is at 7.4% for India. Next, Sir Winston Churchill Leadership Award was recently presented to which leader? Sir Winston Churchill Leadership Award was recently presented to Volodymyr Zelenskyy. Alright, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson presented Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy with the Sir Winston Churchill Leadership Award. Zelenskyy accepted the award by video link during a ceremony at a London office. That means he accepted it virtually. Boris Johnson was the first Western leader to visit Ukraine after Russia's invasion. Also, the Churchill Leadership Award was first presented in the year 2006. So correct option C. Next question. Which country has announced to quit the International Space Station after 2024? It is your Russia. Important news, friends. Russia has decided to quit the International Space Station after 2024 as the newly appointed chief of Moscow's agency said this news. Russia and the US has worked on the ISS, which has been orbit since 1998, and now in after 2024 Russia will be exiting the International Space Station. All right, highly important. Next, India has elected as the host of the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup in which year? All right, India has been elected as the host of the ICC's Women Cricket World Cup for the year 2025. Mark this, friends, important question. All right, ICC, that is your International Cricket Council Board, approved Bangladesh, India, England, Sri Lanka. Let me write here. Bangladesh, India, England, and Sri Lanka are the 4 host countries for the ICC Women's Cricket event, while ICC Women's T20 World Cup for the year 2024 will be hosted by Bangladesh for the second time. Alright, here we are talking about T20 World Cup, and that too Women's T20 World Cup. It will be hosted in the year 2024 by Bangladesh for the second time, and similarly for the 2026, as we know, T20 World Cup is held every 2 years. So World Cup for the year 2022 will be hosted by Bangladesh, and for the year 2026 it will be hosted by England. The next ICC Women's Cricket World Cup will be in the year 2025, and this will be hosted by India and Sri Lanka. Alright, it will be hosted by India. Next, as per the recent government data, how many tigers died in the last 3 years in India? First of all, tell me Tiger Protection Act. When does this Tiger Protection Act came? In 1973. Tiger Protection Act came. So as per the recent data released by government, in the last 3 years, a total of 329 tigers has died. Alright. It also added that 125 people have been killed in tiger attacks in this particular period of 3 years. Around 307 elephants died. Alright. Next. Now let's move to the news part, friends. The first news that we are discussing is Dr. Mansukh Mandviya recently did a seminar on safe use of chemicals at workplace. I repeat, recently Dr. Mansukh Mandviya chaired the seminar on safe use of chemicals at workplaces. An MOU with ILO was signed on international chemical safety cards that was recently signed. Highly important. Do these 2 things you have to remember. Alright, what is here ILO? ILO is your International Labour Organization. Who is the Director General of International Labour Organization? Gilbert Hongbo. Gilbert Hongbo, we know he is the first African to be appointed to the post of the Director General of ILO, International Labour Organization. So coming back to the news, first you have to remember that recently Dr. Mansukh Mandviya has chaired the seminar that was on the safe use of chemicals at workplaces. Second was the MOU was signed with ILO on the international chemical safety cards was signed. So these 2 things you have to remember. So if I ask you with which organization this MOU was signed with ILO, it is your DCPC, that is your Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, has signed an MOU with ILO. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed between DCPC and ILO for adopting the International Chemical Safety Cards in the presence of Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandviya ji. And coming back recently, Dr. Mansukh Mandviya hosted or chaired a seminar on the safe use of chemicals at workplace. If we talk about this, the MOU, it was to promote the safe use of chemicals in the workplace. Under this MOU, employees working in the chemical industry will receive information and training on how to use those particular chemicals. Alright, so remember, under this, employees working in the chemical industry will receive information and training on the safe use of chemicals. Moving on. Next, if I ask you, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has recently signed $100 million deal with Honeywell for trainer engines. I repeat, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, that is your HAL, has recently signed a $100 million deal for the supply and manufacture of trainer engines. Now, what are these? Let's talk about this. First of all, remember these trainer engines, you can say them, they are Hindustan Turbo Trainer. Turbo Trainer, that is your HTT 40. Alright. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has signed a contract with Honeywell Aerospace that is worth around $100 million for the supply of 88 TPE 331 engine that will be developed by Honeywell, as well as to maintain and support services to power Hindustan Aeronautics Limited turbo engine, that is HTT 40, which will be used by Indian Army and Indian Air Force pilots. If we talk about it, HAL is an aerospace and defense company owned by the government of India. Honeywell Aerospace is a United States based aviation and aerospace component manufacturing company. So Hindustan Aeronautics Limited is for India and Honeywell Aerospace Limited, it is of United States of America. Alright, remember this, we talked about HTT 400. These are being manufactured by whom? HAL has manufactured this basic trainer aircraft, that is your HTT 40, to meet the IAF's basic training needs. Alright, next. Here you can see Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has signed a contract with Honeywell Aerospace that is worth $100 million to supply and manufacture of 88 TPE 331 12B engine kits, as well as to maintain and support services to power HAL's indigenously HTT 40, which will be used to train Army, Navy and Indian Air Force pilots. Moving on. Next we'll be talking about semiconductor. If you remember, recently Semicon India was conducted. Semicon India was conducted in Bangalore, Karnataka. It was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The sole reason of this particular Semicon India was to make India a semiconductor making hub, or you can say to make India a manufacturing hub of semiconductors in the world. Similarly, remember, Gujarat became the first state to launch semiconductors policy. Important. We know that recently there was a shortage of semiconductors all around the world, and this shortage only deepened due to the war going on, due to the COVID-19 lockdown and due to the supply chain crisis. This semiconductor policy was launched for the year 2022 to 2027 with an aim to support the semiconductor and display manufacturing sector to generate more than 2 lakh employment opportunities during a period of 5 years. I repeat, Gujarat question will be asked to you that which is the first state to implement or first state to launch a semiconductor policy for 2022 to 2027, that is for 5 years. It is your Gujarat, and in these 5 years, the under this policy, you can say more than 2 lakh jobs will be newly generated with a period of 5 years. Alright, also remember, Gujarat has proposed to develop a special semicon city as a part of this Dholera Special Investment Region in Ahmedabad. The major objective is to make Gujarat a pioneer in developing electronic system designs and manufacturing. Alright, so Gujarat government launched this Gujarat Semiconductor Policy for 2022 to 2027. Here aim will be to generate 2 lakh new employment opportunities during a period of 5 years. Also friends, here you can see the policy commits to provide inclusive growth in the domestic semiconductor industry and to create 2 lakh jobs under this industry. The policy is in line with the India Semiconductor Mission, an initiative under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, which has an outlay of 76,000 crore rupees. According to this new policy, investments are attracted under ISM. The Gujarat State Electronic Mission will function as a nodal agency for the implementation. Alright, and what we saw that Gujarat has also proposed to develop a special semicon city that will be in Ahmedabad region. Alright, moving on. Who is the Chief Minister of Gujarat? Can you tell me? Bhupendra Patel ji. He is the current Chief Minister of Gujarat. Next, BF Infrastructure partners with Talgo for manufacturing high-speed trains. I repeat, BF Infrastructure Limited, that is a wholly owned subsidiary of Bharat Forge, became the partner of Talgo India Private Limited, that is a wholly owned subsidiary of Spanish manufacturers Patentees Talgo Saint Leo Limited, to set up a joint venture for manufacturing high-speed trains in India. Important and simple question. That in order to develop high-speed trains in India, which two organization has signed a joint venture? It was BF Infrastructure Limited and Talgo India Private Limited. They both have signed an agreement or signed a joint venture for developing of high-speed trains in India. Simple and direct question, friends. Next here you can see the partnership focuses on bringing state-of-the-art and high-speed rail technology solutions to Indian Railways and other private operators. Alright, next, Bonalu Festival. Bonalu Festival, where was this celebrated? It was celebrated in Telangana. It is a Hindu festival worshipping the god Mahakali. Bonalu is for worshiping whom? Is for worshipping the goddess Mahakali. This is an annual month-long festival that is usually celebrated during the Ashada Masam, which falls from July or August. Highly important. Remember, Bonalu festival was celebrated where? It was celebrated in Telangana, and it is for the worshipping of which goddess? It is for worshipping of the goddess Mahakali. And remember, in 2022, it was celebrated in the month of July. As a part of the celebration, people offer bonam, including bangles and sari, to the mother goddess at temples. Bonam here literally means meal in Telugu. This means meal in Telugu, which is an offering to the mother goddess Mahakali. Next, 7th anniversary of Skill India mission was, or you can say Skill India mission has completed 7th anniversary on 15th of July 2022. Remember this date. Question can be asked, the Skill India mission was launched when? It was launched on 15th of July 2015. It was launched under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship with an aim to create convergence across sectors and states in terms of skill training activities in order to provide skills to the youth, and so that youth are skilled enough and they are can do things easily, or you can say they have the right training in a particular field, so that when they go to the job employer, or when they go to apply for a job, then they can get the job easily, because for any job there should be a skill which is necessary. That is the reason we are seeing that many new programs are coming up in India that is aimed at providing skills to the people. So remember, we observed the 7th anniversary of Skill India mission that was on 15th of July 2022. This mission was launched in the year 15th of July 2015 with an aim to create convergence across sectors and states in terms of skill training activities. Under this Skill India mission, more than 1 crore youths are trained under Skill India mission. Around 1.36 crore young people were trained under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and around 11.38 lakh candidates were trained under Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana. Moving on, friends, next is an important news and you have to remember this. Which country recently debuted gold coin as a legal tender to stem inflation and boost the value of their currency? It was your Zimbabwe. I repeat, which country has debuted a gold coin that will be a legal tender to stem their inflation, that is to curb the or reduce the inflation and boost their currency? It was your Zimbabwe. Recently, Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has launched a gold coin that was named as, and these gold coins were named Mosi Oa Tunya. Mosi Oa Tunya. These coins are to be sold to the public in order to tackle the inflation and boost confidence in the local currency. Indirectly, we can say now their currency will be backed by gold. In this regard, remember 2000 Mosi Oa Tunya. I repeat, Mosi Une Tunga. These 2000 coins will be available to the commercial bank, and each weighing 1 troy ounce have a purity of 22 karat gold. The meaning of this Mosi Oa Tunya is, in local Tonga language, it refers to Victoria Falls. The coins have liquid asset status, means they can be easily converted to cash and will be tradable locally and internationally. And they will be backed by reserve value, that means international value of gold. That does not change that rapidly. Alright, that is the reason they want their currency to be backed by gold now. Also, friends, any individual or company, or you can say first any individual who will be holding the coin can only trade them for cash after 180 days. All right. Next, RBI's digital payment index rises to 349.30 in March 2022. Reserve Bank of India composite digital payment index, that is your RBI DPI, has risen to 349.30 in March 2022 against the 270.59 that was in March 2021, which states rapid utilization and deepening of digital payment all over India, and it is a good news. The index was at 304.06 in September 2021, and the index was up at 153.43 in March 2019 and 207.84 in March 2020. The index states the extent of digitization of the payments across India. So remember, this RBI's composite digital payment index states that it tells about the extent of digitization of the payments all over India. It has been constructed with March 2018 as the base period, and DPI score for March 2018 is set at 100. So what was the base period for this RBI's composite digital payment index? It was March 2018, and the base point was set at 100 points. All right, very important. Next is SEBI. SEBI has recently issued guidelines, or you can say SEBI has issued new guidelines for the settlement of running account. SEBI issued, that is your Securities and Exchange Board of India, has issued new guidelines for the settlement of running accounts of clients, funds or securities lying with the stockbroker. It also asked the stock exchanges to issue operational guidelines to their members in this regard, and the new guidelines will be effective from 1st of October 2022. Alright, what is this running account settlement? It is the process of transferring back the unused funds of the clients to their accounts by stockbrokers is called running account settle. Also, the reason behind for this new guidelines is to ensure uniformity in the settlement of running accounts, to protect the interest of investors in securities, and to promote the development of and to regulate the securities market. That is the reason SEBI recently issued new guidelines for the settlement of running account. Next, SEBI also extended the deadline for commencing your KYC, that is your Know Your Customer Record Validation by KRAS. That is your KRAS stands for KYC Registration Agencies. KYC Registration Agencies. I repeat, SEBI extended the deadline for commencing the record validation by KYC Registration Agencies by 3 months. And this is for till what time? That is till 1st of November 2022. This is for the second time that SEBI has extended the deadline. Earlier it was 1st of August 2022 from 1st of July 2022. Now it has been extended till 1st of November 2022. Alright. If we look at some of the key points here, remember, KYC records all the existing clients who have used Aadhaar as an officially valid document will be validated within a period of 180 days from 1st of November. Alright, so what is the new date now? 1st of November 2022. Moving on, Kotak General Insurance has launched an artificial intelligence based vehicle pre-inspection. I repeat, Kotak Mahindra General Insurance Company, that is Kotak General Insurance, has partnered with Inspectable Labs. It has partnered with Inspectable Labs, Labs to automate the vehicle inspection process for vehicle insurance renewal using artificial intelligence based technology. I repeat, you have to remember, Kotak General Insurance has tied up with whom? INSPECT Labs, Inspect Labs. All right, and with the help of this, they have partnered with Inspect Labs to automate the vehicle inspection process for vehicle insurance renewals using artificial intelligence based technology. Under this, during the policy renewals, the customer can upload photos or videos of their vehicle on the cloud based application. After the photos or videos are uploaded, an automated inspection report covering the damages, if any, the scratches or any broken part will be generated. This will replace human in repetitive work and save cost and increase customer satisfaction by reducing the time in policy renewal processes. Also, the technology will detect fraud based on the uploaded pictures and videos, aiding the underwriting process. Alright, so Kotak General Insurance has tied up with whom? Inspect Labs to provide a artificial intelligence based vehicle pre-inspection. Next news, important news, take a note of it. Recently, Kotak Private Banking Huron Roshni Nadar, India's richest woman, second year in a row. I repeat, according to the third edition of the Kotak Private Banking Huron, that is leading wealthy women list for 2021. In this particular list, the chairperson of HCL Technologies, that is Roshni Nadar Malhotra, as you can see her in the picture, has secured the title of the richest woman in India for the second year in a row. She is the only Indian woman to lead a listed IT company. Coming back, friends, we are talking about Kotak Private Banking Huron report that was leading wealthy women list 2021. According to this report and list, chairperson of HCL Technologies, as you can see her in the picture, Roshni Nadar Malhotra, she has retained her title for the second time in a row to become the richest woman in the India. The list was published by Huron Report in collaboration with Kotak Private Banking, and it is leading wealthy women list 2021. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, that is the chairperson of HCL Technologies, has retained her title as the richest woman in India for the second time in a row. Next, here you can see the list of the women, top 5 richest women in India. First, Roshni Nadar Malhotra. Second, Falguni Nayyar. Third, Kiran Mazumdar. Fourth, Nilima Mohapatri, and fifth is your Radha Vembu, and respectively you can see their words here and the company they are related to. Moving on, next we will be talking about China. China has launched 6 satellites with new solid propellant rocket. I repeat, China has launched 6 satellites with its new solid propellant rocket. Alright, these 6 new satellites were sent into the space using its first and largest solid propellant rocket, that was ZK-1A from China. The satellites that are launched includes a new space technology test satellite and a test satellite for probing atmospheric density. This is the major project of China Academy of Sciences under China's 14th 5-year plan. Alright, so remember, using a new solid propellant rocket, China launched 6 satellites into space. The ZK-1A that we were talking about, it will replace the Long March 11 rocket of China. Next is RIL, that is your Reliance India Limited. Reliance Industries Limited has announced a long-term partnership with Indian Olympic Association to set up the first ever India House at Paris Olympic 2024. Highly important news, friends. We know that Paris Olympics will be held in the year 2024. Paralympics will also be held in the year 2024 only in Paris only. So coming back, remember, RIL, Reliance Industries Limited, has tied up with Indian Olympic Association to host the first ever India House that will be held in Paris 2024. The aim of this partnership is to boost performance of Indian athletes and support the National Sports Federation. It will also build the credentials of India as a global sporting nation with an aspiration to host the Olympic Games in future. Alright, also this partnership with IOA promotes the commitment of Reliance Foundation towards supporting and empowering the young athletes across India with world-class infrastructure and opportunities. Alright, next. So coming back, what do you have to remember? RIL tied up with IOA to host first ever India House at the Paris Olympic 2024. Also, if we are talking about this, remember, first OVEP, first Olympic Values Education Program, was launched where? It was launched in Odisha. Highly important. Next we'll be talking about an obituary. Sahitya Academy Award winner Atulanda Goswami. Atulanda Goswami has recently passed away. He was born in the Jorhat district of Assam All right, he was a retired. He has retired as a state government officer to settle in Guwahati, Assam. All right, highly important. He received Sahitya Academy Award in the year 2006 for his short story collection, that is Sneh Jarir Ganthi. Next, World Hepatitis Day. World Hepatitis Day is observed on 28th of July. It is to raise awareness of viral hepatitis which causes inflammation to the liver that leads to several diseases and liver cancer also. Here the theme for the World Hepatitis Day is bringing hepatitis care closer to you. Alright, next we'll be observing World Nature Conservation Day on 28th of July. I repeat, World Nature Conservation Day, and it is observed to raise awareness about the significance of the natural resources around the world. So friends, that's all for the day. Now we will be quickly revising all the current affairs in one go. Dr. Mansukh Mandviya has chaired the seminar on safe use of chemicals at workplace. Union cabinet approvals, some projects were approved, and in this union cabinet approvals, remember one of the project that was or one of the event that you have to remember is FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup India 2022 will be the 7th edition of the biennial youth tournament that will include 16 teams including India. It will be the first ever FIFA women's competition to be hosted by India, that is FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup. Then Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has signed 100 million contract with Honeywell for HTT for 40 engines. Alright, Honeywell is a US based company that will be providing HTT 40 engines to Hall. Then if we talk about, then Gujarat became the first state to launch semiconductor policy with subsidies. BF Infrastructure has partnered with Telgo for manufacturing of high-speed trains. Bonalu festival was celebrated in Telangana. 7th anniversary of Skill India mission was completed on 15th of July 2022. That means Skill India mission was launched on 15th of July 2015. Next is Mosi Ua Tunya. This is the name of the gold coins that were launched as a legal tender to tackle inflation in Zimbabwe. Highly important. And 2000 such coins will be distributed to commercial banks. RBI's digital payment index has risen to 349.30 in March 2022, and that is a good sign that India is adopting more digital payments now. SEBI issued new guidelines for the settlement of running account. SEBI extended the deadline for commencing KYC record validation by KRA till 1st of November 2022. Kotak General Insurance has launched an artificial intelligence based vehicle pre-inspection for insurances and other perspectives. Kotak Private Banking Huron has stated a list for the richest women in India. According to that list, Roshni Nadar Malhotra is the richest woman for the second consecutive year in a row, and she is the chairperson of HCL Technologies. China has launched 6 satellites with their new solid propellant rocket. RIL and IUA, Reliance Industries Limited and Indian Olympic Association will host first ever India House at the Paris Olympics 2024. Eminent awesome literature Atulanda Goswami has recently passed away. World Hepatitis Day observed on 28th of July. World Nature Conservation Day observed on 28th of July. So friends, these were all your news and important current affairs for today. Now it's time for your homework. First question is, which state has signed an MOU with Telangana to set up all women run cooperative bank? Second, which animal features in the 36th National Games of 2022 that are to be held in Gujarat? Next, which is the headquarter of the United Nations Relief and Work Agency for Palestinian refugees is Near East? Fourth question, which Indian economist has been appointed as the chief economist of the World Bank? Important question. Next, Pallikarnai Marsh Reserve Forest and Pichavaram Mangrove, which were designated as the Ramsar sites, are located in which states? Where are these located? So friends, these are your important current affairs. I hope you have enjoyed our session, and if you want us to continue such session, all you have to do is comment below and let us know what are your views on such session. So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.